Hello everyone, how are we all doing? Welcome back to the Matchday Tavern. My name is Key. We are live for France, les Bleus versus Northern Ireland at what's the stadium called? I always knew it as the Metropole in Lille, but it's got a funnier name now. I don't know what it's called, but it's in Lille. Anyway, France versus Northern Ireland in Lille. Should be a really good game, this one, because France really... I know they're only friendlies. Of course, we all know they're only friendlies. Absolutely get it. It's a friendly. It's a World Cup warm-up game. But don't be teased into thinking these games don't have anything riding on them. They absolutely do. France lost against the Ivory Coast the other day. And let me tell you, because I've got family living in France who tell me there were headlines over there. The back pages, they weren't happy with the preparation for this World Cup. And if they weren't to beat these tonight, if they weren't to beat, I'm not going to say lowly Northern Ireland, but Northern Ireland, a team who haven't been to the World Cup in a very long time, if they weren't to beat Northern Ireland and really lay down a marker tonight, they're one of the favourites, France. They won the 2018 World Cup. They got to the final of the 2022 World Cup. You know, there's remnants of what we saw in 98 and 2000. France won France 98. They won Euro 2000, of course. And then they got knocked out in the group stage of 2002, Korea, Japan. And there's a little bit of worry that this talented bunch, this incredibly talented bunch, might not produce the goods again. So there's a big job, big pressure riding on Didier Deschamps' team tonight. And he's gone strong. He started very strong. How are we doing, everyone? How are we all feeling? Good to see you all. We are 5 minutes away from kickoff. Yes, we are 5 minutes away from kickoff, and I do just want to give a very big shout out to our friends, our sponsors of the channel, Oxford Natural, who are sponsoring the Matchday Tavern for this game, but also throughout the FIFA 2026 World Cup. So a big shout out to them. And the Optimum Day and Night supplements, which I'm sure you've probably heard a little bit about before, whether you've seen them sponsoring the channel before or whether you've seen them across social media. You've probably seen the pictures, which are over this side, I think. The pictures of Robbie, the pictures of Michael Owen losing, doing really well on it. Getting great results, having used, and it's not just Michael Owen and Robbie, it's KG. There's loads of people. You can see the results there on the right-hand side. Some absolutely fantastic results from people using these Optimum Day and Night supplements. And Optimum Day is about helping you with your cravings and helping you keep on track throughout the day and make better choices. And Optimum Night is about resetting your body, switching off, getting it the right downtime, resting that it needs, which, as we say, coming into this World Cup is going to be increasingly important because we've got games at 3, 4 a.m. So you're definitely going to need your body to switch off. And yeah, like I said, I've been looking to make more positive choices, more healthier choices. You'll know that if you've been watching me for a while. I've really been trying to make more positive choices. And yeah, even though there is no such thing as a magic fix, we know that. Optimum Day and Night is a fantastic step in the right direction. So if you are curious, if you're thinking, and you have been thinking for a while, I want to get my health in order, right? Then go and check out the results. You can go and find out more by clicking the link in the description. You can find out more about the great results people are getting, how it works, and you can get 70% off your first order. Can't really say further than that, can you? 70% off your first order with code KEY70. Link is in the description. You can scan the QR code and you can go and check out the link. Please go and do so. Show them some love. They're supporting the channel, and yeah, great product as well. Go and check it out. So big thank you to them. And with that said, let's get stuck into today's game. Right, where are we? Let's put the scores on the doors back up. Hang on a second. How are we all doing in the chat anyway? Good to see everyone in the chat. I can see you all. Chilling in the chat. It's great to see you. Right, perfect. Hang on a sec. Let me just get the scoreboard all updated. Good grief. Oh my God. Right. So, France Northern Ireland. Sorry, I've got a new setup and I'm all over the place tonight, folks. I'm really all over the place, but it should be better. So, France lineups. Let's go through the France lineups, and then I can get them up on the screen. That might be a good starting point. What do you think? Right, scoreboard's there. Let's get the France and the Northern Ireland lineups up on the screen. So, we have in goal for France, Mike Maignan in goal. Mike Maignan in goal. Who is at right back? It's Jules Koundé. Centre-backs are Upamecano and Saliba. Upamecano, Dayot Upamecano of Bayern, Saliba of the Gooners. It's Hernandez, isn't it? He's number 19. Number 19, Hernandez, Theo Hernandez. And then it's Tchouaméni and Rabiot. Tchouaméni, 4-2-3-1 for France, actually, isn't it? Tchouaméni and Rabiot sitting in front of that back four. And then it's a front four, a very dangerous-looking front four, it must be said. OLISE on the right. Dembele playing as a number 10 tonight. Desiree Doué, his brother, scored and assisted for the Ivory Coast, Guella Doué, the other day against France. So Desiree Doué starts on the left, and then centre forward. Need it be said? Need we say any more? It is Kylian Mbappe starting in the centre forward position. So there you go. France lineup is there. Let's get that up on the screen, and then we have the Northern Ireland lineup. Let me get the scoreboard actually going. Good grief! Come on, Key. Because we're 40 seconds in here. Absolute embarrassment starting to this game. Jamie Donnelly starting up front for Northern Ireland tonight. So, Northern Ireland, they have gone with Charles in goal. Who's Charles in goal? Who's Charles? Shea Charles? No, it's not Shea Charles, is it? Who's Charles? Who's he? Pierce Charles. Why do I not know Pierce Charles? Who does he play for? Is he a Wednesday keeper? He is, isn't he? Oh, he's the young goalkeeper for Wednesday. 20 years of age. Pierce Charles. He only made 19 appearances for Wednesday this season as they dropped a division. But they've gone 5... Well, it's 3-4-2-1, isn't it, I guess? That's the Northern Ireland lineup, 3-4-2-1. So, the back three is Brown. Kieran Brown. Where's Kieran Brown? Oh, there he is, Kieran Brown. Centre-backs, McConville and Hume. I mean, that makes sense, Trey Hume and McConville. Good grief. It's Rory McConville, isn't it? Number 3. France starting well here, over to the right-hand side. I like that France kit as well. What are we making of that France kit? Very nice. Rory McConville of Norwich. Devenny, Josh Devenny is starting as a left wing-back tonight. He's had a really... It's not Justin, it's Josh. Is it Josh or Justin? Justin? It's Josh Devenny, isn't it? Oh, no, it's Justin Devenny at Palace. Justin Devenny. On the right-hand side is Spencer, Brodie Spencer of Oxford United. And there's a foul already. Is it Theo Hernandez who got caught there? Yeah, Theo Hernandez caught by Brodie Spencer, just as we're talking about him. Shea Charles, unsurprisingly, in there, dominating. And Ali McCann of Preston in the middle. Ali McCann, where are you? Ali McCann and Shea Charles in the middle. And then the two behind Jamie Donnelly is Isaac Price, who's done really, really well for West Brom. Ex-Everton Isaac Price. Who's Kelly? Patrick Kelly of Barnsley. Young centre mid, number 10, Patrick Kelly. Oh, it's a great run as well. Here he is. Good lad. Well done. Patrick Kelly in the 10. And at centre forward there he is, Jamie Donnelly. Jamie Paul Donnelly. Lots expected of him after a wonderful goal scored for Leyton Orient against Manchester City in the FA Cup, you might remember, not too long ago. He's currently, well, he spent last season on loan at Oxford United from Tottenham. Let's get that line up on the screen, then we can get into the game and actually start chatting. It's only took me 4 minutes, how's that? Look at that. Right. Away line up, there you go. I can actually show you now. I can actually show you that. Oh, what are you doing? Oh, I tell you what, Upamecano had an absolute shocker there. Very nearly caught out there by Isaac Price. Mike Mannion had to be quick on his toes. Yeah, excellent play. Northern Ireland aren't here to make up the numbers. Look at that. Whew. Good start. Very good start. Yes, Sarah. I was going to say, Sarah Hiller, I wanted to say, big love to... Big love to Christian Eriksen, by the way. Yeah, Christian Eriksen going down in the Denmark game. Really sad to see. I think quite a few people said in the chat, I think it's maybe time, isn't it? I think it's really, you've got to start looking after yourself and health has to come first. He's 34, Christian Eriksen. He's playing, or he spent last season at Wolfsburg. Very sad to see Christian Eriksen go down again in a game, and I think evidently it's one of them, isn't it? You can't keep having that, and life's just too important. You can't do that. So as much as I'm sure he'll be disappointed in the way he's had to end his career, I think he's got to. I think that's the smart thing to do. City of Northville, good to see you. Aftab, cheers for that, mate. Lovely to see you all in the chats. Who am I missing? Sorry, let me catch up with everyone. I've missed a load in the chat. Why is the Northern Ireland lineup not showing? Oh, don't say that didn't save. Why didn't that save? That's well annoying. That's so annoying. Hang on. Let me change it again. Good grief. France down the right-hand side. Koundé. Love him a lot. I think he is, for me, Koundé, Timber, two best right-backs in football. Great ball over the top. Excellent play. It's a claim for a penalty. You're not getting that. You're never getting that. That's a cheeky claim from Kylian Mbappe there. Very silly. Header off the corner, cleared away. And it's going to go behind again for another corner. Another corner to France. France lolt it far post, headed away. That's better, much better. Right, now, surely that's worked. Yeah, of course it has. There you go. We've actually got it up on the screen now. Sorry about that, folks. Sorry about that. Is it going to be another corner? Good effort there from Mbappe. Better, much better. Hey up, mate. How's it going? Good to see you. Yes, Gooners Villains. Good, mate. How are you? Very good, mate. Gav says, yo, Key, haven't seen you since the season ended. Didn't know you'd moved channel. What did you think about Slot going in the end, bro? Yeah, not great, mate. France are in here. Big chance. Must hit it. Good save. Better from Pierce Charles in the goal for Northern Ireland. That was a bit of a slow, ponderous shot. P-roller. P-roller from Douay. Straight at the keeper. Too easy, that one. Graham, is it coming home? I don't think so, mate. No, I don't think so somehow. Finners Matty Key. ITV had a nightmare last night in the Morocco-Norway game with the commentary. On Saturday night in the Egypt v Brazil game, commentary was about 15 seconds behind. Ah, yes, World Cup Fantasy. Do you know what? I sorted it the other day. I've just not published the frigging thing in the description again. Do you know what that is? Do you know what that is? Because I'm going to bed at like stupid hours in the afternoon to try and make sure that I'm awake at 3, 4 a.m. So ridiculous. So yeah, let me try and dig out the the link to the Fantasy League. Shop Soul Fresh. Ghana 4, England 0. Do you reckon? Where are you, pal? Where I always am. Same place I always am. Gav, aren't you happy with Areola then? Not really, mate, no. I mean, I don't see him as an upgrade on Slot. I just think that was the club bowing to fan pressure. A little bit disappointed with it in the end. Not really convinced with Areola. I guess we'll see. I'm really hopeful though. I'm really hopeful that I'll be proven wrong, and I want to give him a big chance, and I hope he'll do well. But yeah, I'm still I have got concerns. I want to be positive, and I will be positive. But at the end of the day, he's the manager of Liverpool. We all want to get behind him, so it doesn't really matter. But I think it's a silly decision. Personally, I think it's a bit of a silly decision from Liverpool Football Club. But there you go. We've made many recently. Shay Key, there's no 3 a.m. games worth watching. You could have kept your sleep schedule the same. I mean, that's just categorically false. Haiti versus Scotland, Argentina, Algeria. There are quarter-finals and round of 32, round of 16 games kicking off at 2, 2:30, 3 a.m. There's lots and lots of games kicking off. Big games. Knockout games kicking off at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. You've got to sort your sleep schedule out, you know. Jellyfish, you can't sleep in the afternoon on a sunny, hot day. Well, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to figure that out so that I can somehow stay up for these games. Matt Foster, Iriola's class. I mean, I like him as a manager. I do think he's a good manager. I just don't think he's a Liverpool manager, personally. Cheers, Shahid. Thanks, man. Joe, why did you have to give up your old channel? I didn't have to give it up. The channel's still there. I'm just not streaming every day on that channel anymore. I'm now streaming over here. And that channel I'll be doing other stuff on. The plan is to make that more of a talk show, like a weekly talk show where people can phone in. And maybe you guys can phone in and have a chat and we can discuss different stuff throughout the season next year. That's the plan with Premier League Dad. But the Matchday Tavern is now where all of the watch-alongs are going to be. All the daily watch-alongs are going to be over here. So, yeah. Shay, I'll watch the 11 p.m. games, get to bed about 1, 7 hours sleep. Not a chance I'll be watching any 3 a.m. games. It's tough. It's going to be very tough. I think if you've got work or school or college or whatever, you're going to find it increasingly difficult to watch those 3, 4 a.m. games. They'll definitely separate the men from the boys, the unemployed from the not, I guess. But there you go. Shahid, how's your sleep pattern going, Key? It's all right, mate. I stayed up till 3 last night. That wasn't pleasant. But, you know, it's lonely. It's lonely at 3 a.m. Morris, any score in the France match? No, it's 0-0 so far. But I'll tell you what, Northern Ireland have done all right. They've done okay so far. France haven't really had too much in the way of clear chances. Northern Ireland, honestly, if this finishes a draw, the questions, the pressure really starts to ramp on Didier Deschamps. Because there are real questions for him, you know. Gary Dorrington, good evening. Key, good evening to you, sir. Pissing it down with thunder and lightning here in Belfast. Oh, I didn't know you was in Belfast, Adam. Yes, normal guy. Good to see you, man. Finn as Matty, I've got school, but I'm still watching him. Well, listen, school first. Make sure you're awake and alert for school. That's the most important thing. World Cup's important, but don't be putting it over school. Great save. Oh, if he's onside there. Is he onside, Mbappe? I tell you what, Mbappe, no, he is off. He breaks the offside trap, or at least it looked like. He was one-on-one with Pierce Charles, the young Sheffield Wednesday goalkeeper. One-on-one, Kylian Mbappe, of all people, hits it straight at the keeper. And now Northern Ireland are in. Strike! Oh, nearly 1-0 Northern Ireland. Unbelievable. Oh, how's he missed it? Huge chance, that one. Young Patrick Kelly of Barnsley. It's a really young Northern Ireland side tonight. Right-footed, strikes it across the face of goal. Mike Mannion, I'm not sure if he had that covered or not, was just curling away from goal in the end. Yeah, he looked quite comfortable with it, Mannion, but there you go. Big chance on the break. Go on, Northern Ireland. Northern Ireland. Finners Matty Key, have you seen the rumours of Nunes returning? Not sure if they're true, though. Yeah, I mean, there's certainly rumours. I'm not sure how I feel about him. Yeah, not sure how I feel about him. If he comes back on a freebie, I don't think it's too bad. Gav's highlights, who's your dark horses for the World Cup, Key? Mine is Japan. Ecuador, for me, I still think. I quite like the look of Ecuador. They don't really have an attack. I guess that's the big problem with Ecuador. Netherlands, I've been saying this for a while. I do think the Dutch, again, will be... People are sleeping on the Netherlands. 20-1. 20-1 you can get for the Netherlands. They are a very, very decent side. They've made it to the latter stages in recent years. They went out on penalties, didn't they, in the last World Cup? They were, a couple of brief moments away from getting to finals. Obviously, they're a good side. They're a very, very good side. Dutch play shocking footy, lad. They got a lot of good players, mate. You don't necessarily need to be the best team playing the best football to win a World Cup, though. We've seen that, haven't we? You just need to be effective and take your chances in the big moments. Joe, get me Vlahovic for Wissa now. It's a no-brainer, and he's on a free. Dusan Vlahovic to Newcastle. So that's a risk worth taking, that one, isn't it? I think a lot of people look at Dusan Vlahovic and think if you get him fit, on a free, silly. Why not? Go and take the chance. Plug TV, Belgium will shock people here. Belgium could be, yeah. Belgium's another decent shout. Edge of the box, France with a strike. Excellent defending that. Northern Ireland clear it away. It's all France, as you'd expect here. One-way traffic. Ethan, how's it going? I'm good, mate. How are you? Lovely to see you, Ethan. How much do you reckon Rios is worth? Richard Rios. I mean, they signed him for about 25-30 mil, didn't they? I don't think he's worth much more. I don't think he's increased on that, to be honest. I don't really rate him. He's all right, he's okay. Evening, Welsh, how's it going? Joe, where's Conor Bradley? Conor Bradley, unfortunately, there's a lot of bad rumours going around at the minute with Conor Bradley that he might not even play again or might not be the same player again. That's how bad his injury was that he picked up at Arsenal. I really hope the rumours are not true. But he's out with a very, very bad injury that's kept him out for a long time. Since about December, I think, wasn't it? Daddy-O, I think this is the worst Dutch side I've seen in my lifetime. Mate, come on, that's not. I don't agree with that. Verbruggen is a very, very decent keeper. They've got Verbruggen, they've got Rufs, two goalkeepers who have finished in Europe in the Premier League this season. They've got Virgil van Dijk, who's still a top centre-back. You've got Mickey van der Ven, you've got Van Hecker, you've got Jurien Timber, you've got Nathan Ake, two title-winning defenders there. Well, 3 with Van Dijk, obviously. So you've got 3 title-winning defenders in that Dutch back line. You go into midfield, you've got Ryan Gravenberch, Frankie de Jong, Tijani Reinders, some real talent in that midfield. You look in the wide areas, players like Crescencio Somerville, again, Cody Gakpo. People sleep on Cody Gakpo, but he was very good. I think Cody Gakpo got top scorer in a tournament the other year, not that long ago. Like he's a very, very decent player, Cody Gakpo. Yeah, I tell you, don't sleep on the Dutch. Do not sleep on the Dutch. Oh, not Rios. Rio Wengamoa. Rio Wengamoa. Right now, I'd say it's one of them, Rio Wengamoa. I think because of his age and he's not really played that much. It's his first season. You kind of priced him for what he might be worth. So Liverpool would never sell him, but I think if we had to sell him, if there was a reason we had to sell him, I think you'd be looking at about 50 million for him. Just because of his ceiling. Even though he's not played that much. He's played for England. He got man of the match for England on his debut. You're probably looking at about 50 million, I think, if Liverpool were forced to sell him. Put it that way. I don't think Liverpool will sell him, but I think if we did... Oh, strike from France off the post. Big chance again. 1-0. Is it going to stand? Oh, he's offside, I think. Mbappe there. Big chance. Buying his future in it, 100 mil. No, you're not. You can see the thing. You can't pay 100 mil for potential alone. Look at Jan Diamand, right? Liverpool will pay probably around 90 million for Jan Diamand, and Jan Diamand has got a full season in the Bundesliga, starting every week, scoring, assisting, doing well. He basically had Rio's season last year, but for Leganés. Not this year, the year just gone when he was at Leganés. Jan Diamand is another year further on, and his development is another year, maybe even 2 years further on than Rio's. For that reason, he would be 90 million. You're not going to get... And I don't think he's 90 million, to be honest. It'd be interesting to see how much Jan Diamand actually goes for. They're saying 100, but it ain't going to be 100. There's no way Rio Wengamoa goes for 100 million quid. No chance. Jimmy, France v Northern Ireland it is, mate. Gary, who do you think will be the biggest flop, and who would you have taken in his place? My choice is Henderson. Who do I think will be the biggest flop? What, in the World Cup squad? Not Jordan Henderson. No. Listen, Jordan Henderson was England's best player against New Zealand the other day. Jordan Henderson's it's so annoying that people give Jordan Henderson that much stick. I know he was a shock inclusion, but the reason he's in there is... I guess one, leadership, standards. That's something you can't... I think a big reason Liverpool have dropped off this season is because we haven't got enough of the Hendersons, the Milners in there, to be honest. So it is increasingly important to have a real standard setter, pace setter, and Jordan Henderson's absolutely that. And on the pitch, he's not finished. Jordan Henderson was always a really, really top player, and he was the best player on the pitch against New Zealand the other day. Mia says Diamande, 85 million. And Joe says, Key, did you see Beth from United Stand say that Lewis Hall is 40 million? I mean, how much would you price Lewis Hall at? This is an interesting conversation. I like this. How much would you price Lewis Hall at, Joe? Because I honestly think, I mean, in the nicest possible way, he's a left back. Left backs are never going to cost... like loads of money. If you look at the best left backs in the world, they tend to cost 60, 70 million quid, right? So whoever we was to pick for the best left back in the world, they would probably cost about that. So I actually don't think... I think 40 million is a lot closer to what... It's not 70 mil. No, that's silly. That's silly. Lewis Hall is not a 70 million pound player. Not a chance. You can't say he's a 70 million pound player when one doesn't get in the World Cup squad, doesn't get in the England World Cup squad, wants to leave. Let's be honest. It's not 70 million. No chance. No chance. Swifty, you've got to keep Rio. It'd be poor to lose him, especially with Salah gone. No, Rio's not going anywhere. He's not going anywhere. I think it was just a hypothetical. Joe, one of the best left-backs in Europe. Top 3, in my opinion. I don't disagree with you. I think he's a good left-back, and I get it. Like, he's valuable, but... Like, nicest possible way. I just... 50 million, fine, yeah. I don't think 40 million is a ridiculous shout. Put it that way. Right, so, most expensive left-backs in world football, Lucas Hernandez was 80 million to Bayern Munich. Cucurella was 65 to Chelsea. Yeah, so there you go. Looking at... Trying to see other left-backs. Benjamin Mendy was 57. I mean, that's Euros as well. So actually, you're talking the most expensive, probably ever, left-back is Lucas Hernandez, who's like, what, 70 million pounds? You're not getting 70 million pounds for Lewis Hall. Come on, mate. How do you know he wants to leave, mate? He just doesn't. Because I don't think the transfer would happen unless he wanted to leave, would he? Like, I guess my point is if the deal is happening at all, it's because he actively wants to leave and is pushing to leave. That's the only reason that deal happens. For the same reason the Isak deal happened. Because he's pushing, because he wants to leave. That's the only reason it happens. So if he doesn't leave, it's not because, well, Newcastle have set a value, he's happy to stay, and nobody's met it. No, it's because he's not pushed. If he pushes, he'll go. That's it. That's how it works nowadays, isn't it? Gooners Villains, I'd pay 80 for Hall. I mean, it's not your money, though, is it? That's the question. Yeah, Mendes, brilliant. Newcastle won't sell him under 75 to 80. That's what they say. Man City went through a stupid stage of paying a flat 50 million for fullbacks. If he's one of the best left-backs in Europe, he's obviously going to get linked to the big clubs. Yeah, I get that. What I'm saying is you're categorically saying that he doesn't want to leave. You have no idea whether he does or doesn't. What I'm saying is if the move happens, it's because he wanted to leave. That's it. It could just be tenuous transfer rumours. It could be. But something tells me that if there's anything in it at all, it's only because Lewis Hall has said, I've done my time here. I want to go and play for a... If I am one of the best 3 left-backs in Europe, as you're claiming, then he doesn't want to spend it sat not playing European football. He wants to be playing Champions League football. He wants to kick on. He wants to be in the England squad. It's very important. Swifty, I think you get 50 to 55 mil. That's it, yeah. Hall isn't that yet. He needs a full season without injuries. That's another reason as well. Injuries. All the players are leaving the Newcastle sinking ship, says Gamer Guru. Well, 28 minutes in here, and Northern Ireland have performed commendably. They've had the drinks break, and we're back and underway. Welcome to Memeland. How's it going, mate? Good to see you. Gav's highlights. Why did Chelsea even sell Lewis Hall? He could have been our left back for the next 10 years, probably more. That's it. Yeah, Chelsea have let a lot of players go too early, right? So are you Arne Slot's agent as well as Lewis Hall's agent? I am neither, mate, no. I'm neither. Bayern just got Brown for 65. Yeah. Again, that's maybe Bundesliga tax because they're buying from within the same league. Like, I think you'd probably be looking at about the same if he was going to another Premier League club, possibly. about 50 to 60 million, I think. You'd be looking at for Lewis Hall. But yeah, big questions injury-wise and that sort of stuff as well. Shay, have you seen that if there's a lightning strike at the World Cup within a mile of the stadium, the game stops for 30 minutes? Yeah, we've been talking about that. It happened at the Club World Cup last year. So it could be, like you say, it could be that the games go on at the World Cup for 3, 4, maybe 5 hours. We could be sat here with a game postponed and we'd have to have a never-ending quiz until it started up again. If it does happen on one of them 3 a.m. games, I'm done. I'm just going to say, right, guys, listen, in the nicest possible way, it was a great game. I'm going to get into bed. I'll catch up with you tomorrow. Kirkes was a brilliant deal, yeah. 40 mil for Kirkes. I think that's the benchmark, isn't it? Kukurea 65, Kirkes 40. I think Lewis Hall probably sits somewhere between that. Swifty Eddie Howe's obsessed with keepers. Expect 2 more of them this summer. I think Jowan's a good signing. Yeah, Ewan Jowan's a good signing. Gary Dorrington, it's Henderson's age and the conditions. I know what he made. He's been the best one performing in the conditions so far. Age-wise, I think he's held up well. Excellent play by Olise down this left-hand side. Back to Rabiot. Where's Rabiot this summer? Has he moved on? Again, he's getting on a little bit, isn't he? I know he went Marseille to 9 million quid. Marseille sold him to AC Milan for 9 million quid. That's value. He went to AC Milan and got 10 goals and assists in 29 appearances, which is thoroughly decent, really, isn't it, for a 31-year-old midfielder? Lewis Hall is the ideal Luke Shaw replacement. I'd agree with that. Joe, can you name Northern Irish players to play for Liverpool? Not off the top of my head. Conor Bradley. After that, struggling. United need a new centre-back. I think they need a couple. But they're overstocked for centre-backs, United. That's the problem. Because of the Ruben Amorim era, you now have Lenny Yoro, Aidan Heaven, Harry Maguire, Lisandro Martinez, and who else am I missing? Matthijs de Ligt. 5 centre-backs. You need to move a couple on. City of Northville, as his agent, I can tell you he'd rather play a season for MK Dons than leave for a penny less than he is worth for the club. 75 mil or you can kick rocks. And Joe says, Hall won't get the freedom he gets here if he leaves. We practically use him as an inverted left-back with freedom to roam. Like Nuno Mendes and Hakimi at PSG, he'll get held back at a Man United or an Arsenal. I mean, I know, but to be fair, mate, I think other clubs will know that. Other clubs will see that and they'll try to platform him in a similar way. I'm sure that, put it this way, I'm sure that Lewis Hall isn't looking at it and going, I can only play for Newcastle like this. He'll back himself, won't he? He'll believe that he can do better. And he'll be devastated that he's not been able to go to the World Cup. Yes, Welchwing. Thanks, mate. Appreciate that. Adam, Kieran Morrison is Northern Irish. Again, Kieran Morrison, he's not really played for Liverpool. Again, it's one of them that's come out of the academy. I think you need to be like 2, 3, 4 first-team appearances in the league before you consider the Liverpool player in my book. We've had a lot of players like that. Godwin Antwi, players like that. City of Northfield, De Ligt might get lucky with the back surgery. That's what I keep telling myself because I love the lad. Yeah, he's a good defender, Matthijs de Ligt, but just a bit unreliable injury-wise, isn't he? Craig Núñez back to Liverpool. Do you think so? Do we think so? Darwin Núñez back to Liverpool. I wonder. Joe, he's made one appearance, so it counts. Not for me, it doesn't. No, the only appearance he's made for us, mate, was was for against Wolves, wasn't it, in the FA Cup when we got beat. Gary Dario, Kieran Morrison, born in Manchester, who plays for Northern Ireland, can't stand international football. I mean, it's not that I can't stand it, but I agree with you, Shay. That is my frustration with international football as well. Players just kind of picking and choosing who they want to play for at national level. Shahid, what about Jim Beglin in the 80s, Northern Ireland player? Yeah, Beglin's a good shout. Not Premier League, though. Again, there probably is a fair few, but just none that immediately stand out to me. Whatever happened to Ben Doak? He's at Bournemouth. Yeah, didn't quite kick on. We got 20 million quid for him. Good deal. He's in the Scotland World Cup squad. I think there is development there for Ben Doak, but just couldn't quite make it work at Liverpool. Joey's put a Liverpool shirt on. Oh, well, everyone in Anfield's got a Liverpool appearance then, I guess. Jim Magilton, of course, yeah. Played for Liverpool under 18s. Jim Magilton, Ipswich legend. Jim Magilton. Swifty, given the Newcastle takeover, it's crazy to see them still losing their best players to bigger clubs. The thing is, though, they can't really spend in accordance with their owners. They've got these, wealthy Saudi owners, but they're not really able to spend that sort of money. Thank you very much, Sarah. Martin Nolan, France win the World Cup, England getting knocked out in the quarterfinals by Brazil. Heard a few people saying that. I think I'm with you there, Martin. Hiller, I'd love to see Darwin Núñez at Chelsea. Free transfer, Darwin Núñez. There's a bargain there for someone. Welshwin Key also agrees. Ancelotti, Roberto Martinez, Potter and Tuchel shouldn't be managing where they are. No, yeah, not for me. Do you know what's interesting? I saw this the other day, by the way. This is a really interesting World Cup fact if you've not seen it already. No manager managing a nation other than where they are from has won the World Cup since 1930. 1930. We're talking nearly a century since that last happened. So that would immediately rule out Thomas Tuchel, Ancelotti. There's a fair few. Yeah, fair few. Roberto Martinez, of course, as well. A fair few of the big nations, the favourites, would not win the World Cup, assuming that stays true. So there you go. Think about that. Clarky, I've spoken to Jim Magilton, Key. Quit bragging. Stop bragging. Who would you like to see as England manager? Anyone English. That's my thought process is genuinely just anyone English. I think it should be whoever. I don't care. Anybody English. That's the one gripe I have with the international setups across football is that, players change their nationality frequently. We have managers not from that nation managing it. And the whole point of a World Cup, the whole patriotic side of it is our best against their best. What can we produce versus what they can produce? And it doesn't quite align when you're sort of picking up German managers and Italian managers and all sorts. 3-star Reds, England to knock out the United States. One small step for mankind, one big slap in the face for Donald J. Trump. Northern Ireland knocking it about nicely at the back here. This is good football. Timbo, that's a weighted statistic though, because the percentage of foreign managers for teams that have a chance of winning it in the history of the World Cup is probably pretty small. That's true, but, lies, damned lies and statistics, Timbo? At the end of the day, it's true. I was just giving you a nice little fact, a little tidbit, and you've got to piss on me parade. Swifty, I agree, I'm disconnected from the England team, and I never thought I'd feel that way. That's how I feel. I think it's how a lot of people feel, isn't it? Like, even if we do win it this year with a German manager, does it not feel a bit dirty? Does it not feel a bit like, oh, well, yeah, I mean, great. Great. We had to go and get a German to win it for us. He'll not be lauded in the same way that Sir Alf Ramsey was, or even Gareth Southgate. I mean, Sir Gareth. Sir Gareth got us very close as many others. Bobby Robson is Sir Bobby Robson is thought of in such a wonderful way, as much for what he did for England as he did with, Newcastle and Barcelona. He was a top manager. England managers over the years, Terry Venables, Glenn Hoddle, held in such high esteem for managing England, and I think that is a big thing. Thomas Tuchel is not an England manager, was never an England manager, and he's a good manager. It's the same thing. I sort of feel like that with Iraola at Liverpool. Wonderful manager, like him, just not a Liverpool manager. Tuchel, wonderful manager. I actually quite like him. Not an England manager. England manager should be English. That's point number 1, 2, 3, and 4. In the area, claim for a penalty from Northern Ireland. It was the young man again getting in the area, Kelly, who's already had a shot on goal. Good pass that. Really good pass from Shea Charles. He'll be one to watch this summer as well. And, got in the area there. Young Patrick Kelly from Barnsley. You have to give him his full name every time. Young Patrick Kelly. Couldn't quite get the shot away. El Tel, top England manager. That's it. Swifty, I'm married to a German, but I still boo them at football. Yeah, so I was going to say, I imagine if we get to a penalty shootout against Germany, then that's going to be an interesting night in your house, isn't it? Breaking Timbers ruled out of the World Cup. JMWS, we've had Sven, so it's no different. I liked Sven. I did like Sven. Sir, I loved Bobby Robson as an England manager. True gent, wasn't he? Same as Kevin Keegan as well. Kevin Keegan didn't necessarily do all that well as England manager. He was manager of England when we played our final game at Wembley. We lost that game. Dietmar Hamann scored the final ever goal at Wembley. England v Germany. It was only a friendly, I think, wasn't it? Can't remember if it was a friendly or if it was a qualifier. Either way, Germany beat us in the last ever game at the old Wembley. Dietmar Hamann with the goal. Free kick. I mean, he should have scored. He should have saved it as well, the keeper. Long ball all the way back. Manyan with a header. Oh, Northern Ireland. They're putting the keeper under some pressure, I still think there's a chance in this game for Northern Ireland. It's 0-0. We're approaching half-time. France have not been in any way convincing, and this is the sort of performance that is going to ramp the pressure up on Deschamps. It's exactly the sort of performance that I've been expecting from France. They've had a lot of people saying, top side, France could win it. I'm getting vibes similar to the one we had in 2002 when they went out in the group stage. They've got a very tough group. France, Norway, Senegal. They've got some teams in there that could beat them. Wouldn't surprise me at all if France, picked up a few shock defeats. That sort of England manager key doesn't get the Premier League jobs anymore, apart from Eddie Howe. I really do think we should go for any sort of England. There's a lot of English managers, good young English managers coming up. It's not just about Eddie Howe. Timbo, I'm all for a rule saying every nation must have a manager from their own nation, but I don't see why we should handicap ourselves. Well, that's not a rule, personally. Chance for France! Must be 1-0. Is it going to count? Is it going to count? I think it is. Olise scores. And again, it's one of them muted celebrations. The crowd reacts in a way of almost relief. There's a little bit of a, well, thank God, yeah, it's about time. But France have scored. Michael Olise with a tap in at the back post. Again, questionable. Long ball over the top. The ball comes back. Oh, nah, you're not going to get that. I thought there was an offside. It was Doué who pulled the ball back. Excellent piece of play. Dembele with the strike. Takes a deflection. It just falls nicely for Michael Olise. Back stick, tap in. Easy. 1-0 to France. How's it going, Henry? Good to see you, man. 1-0 to France. Rooney is England manager for the Lols. I mean, do you know what? You say it like, I mean, there's a lot of managers who've got the England job without a huge amount of experience. Glenn Hoddle. Glenn Hoddle was an England manager in France 98. I think he'd only managed Chelsea, hadn't he? He's not really done a huge amount. What had Glenn Hoddle done as a manager before he got the England job? I don't think a huge amount. Let me check it. I'm almost certain Glenn Hoddle was just a wonderful, wonderful player who got the England job after... Oh, Swindon. Yeah, he managed Swindon. Club was struggling in the aftermath. Prevented Swindon from slipping into the 3rd division. I mean, to be fair, actually... Oh, he was player-manager of Swindon. Yeah, he was player-manager. Yeah, so he got the Chelsea job, player-manager of Chelsea. He was player-manager pretty much. He'd never actually had a full-time manager's job before he got the England job. He'd been player-manager of Swindon, player-manager of Chelsea. Timbo, even as someone with autism, myself, sacking Hoddle set us back years. Let him have his stupid views if he wins as a trophy. I didn't realise he had autism, did he? I wasn't aware. I mean, he did say some very foolish things, for sure. There's no doubt about that. The whole Eileen Drury thing was a bit mad. That's quite tame, isn't it? A bit mad. It was definitely a bit mad. Martin, Rabiot is a poor player for club and country. He should not be picked for the World Cup. I quite like it. Timbo, he took Chelsea from a boring mid-table side to a team with Hullet, etc. Put us on the map. He's probably our most important manager, really. I know, but again, you say that. You say that. When was he actually appointed England manager? 97, was it? 96. Yeah, after Euro 96. Oh, brilliant. Go on, lad. Yeah, replacing Terry Venables after Euro 96. He'd never actually had the England, a full-time manager's job. Yeah, there you go. He basically got Chelsea as an established force in cup competitions, but they only ever finished about 11th in the league. 11th and 14th is what he got with Chelsea, Glenn Hoddle. But he managed to get like sort of older players like Hullet, Mark Hughes, David Rocastle, I think, was quite old at that time. So I'm not saying he was a terrible manager. I'm just saying he didn't have a huge amount of experience before he got the actual England job. So on that basis, it wouldn't be silly to appoint Gerrard or Lampard or even Rooney right now. Northern Ireland far post must be. Go on, lad. It stands. Is it 1-1? Yes, go on. Yes, please give it. Oh, no. It's going to get ruled out. That's so silly. That is shocking. Michael O'Neill's not happy with that. That should be 1-1. Ah, Northern Ireland, come on. There's nothing wrong with that. That's not a foul. That is so sad. That is so sad. What a ball. That's not a shove in the back. Who's that who goes down back stick? Is it Rabiot or is it Lucas Hernandez? Oh, that's never ever a foul, is it? That is never a foul. Tokatiki, could Northern Ireland win this still? Well, I'll tell you what, mate. They've just scored a perfectly legitimate goal that's got ruled out. I have no idea why that gets chalked off. That's shocking. That's really poor. Can we get a VAR check? Can we get a VAR check on that, please, sir? Oh, that's poor. Unlucky. Isaac Price. Koundé. They win it back, Northern Ireland. Hey, they're going forward much better now. Here we go. There's your ball. Yes, lad. 15 seconds to half-time. If he gets the pass right. That's not a free kick. That's just not a free kick. He's just fell on the ball there. That's so wrong. Daddy-O, I think England should have stood by Allardyce. Yeah, Sam Allardyce. Again, another one who was sacked for kind of being a bit silly. Off the pitch stuff. It's half-time. Half-time, and it is France 1, Northern Ireland 0. Very, very lucky, you've got to say, France. Very lucky to be in front. They've not really done an awful lot in this first half. Northern Ireland did score a perfectly legitimate goal that got chalked off, and it is still 1-0. But I wouldn't be so sure that that's how it's going to stay. The French were in front, of course, against the Ivory Coast the other day. They ended up losing that game 2-1. Don't be surprised. I'm telling you, Didier Deschamps will be. I think he'll be a little bit nervous here. Welshwing, halftime quiz. Top 25 most expensive summer transfers during a World Cup year. Oh my goodness me, that's a quiz and a half, that one. Well done. Let's have a look. Halftime quiz. Top 25 most expensive transfers in a World Cup year. Like it. Okay. I can't remember a lot of these transfers and when they happened, but go on, we'll go for it. Let's go with it, folks. Top 25 most expensive transfers in a World Cup year. I love these curveball quizzes from Welshwing. Keeps us on our toes, doesn't he? Northern Ireland could beat Ivory Coast. Does Essien get in there? Gula, Paul Pogba. Hang on a second. Let me get the numbers written down first. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Right. Not Pogba. Enzo was winter. James Rodriguez is 7th. James Rodriguez is 7th. Who else have we got? The top 25 most expensive transfers in a World Cup year. Alexis Sanchez, Mbappe. I don't know, you know. Trying to think of players who actually went in 20. So it would be 2018, wouldn't it? 2018 World Cup year. So we're looking at like 18, 19, 22, 23. That's a tough one, that. Ronaldo's got to be in there, one of them, right? Nunes is 6th. Darwin Nunes is 6th. What about Ronaldo? Whether it was the first one from United to Real or Real to Juventus, one of them maybe. Anthony's 3rd. Nice. Well done, everyone. Anthony is 3rd. Who else have we got? Sanchez is just outside. Nunes is 6th. Haaland is 6th, 15th, is that? 15th or 16th? 16th. Yeah, 16th is Erling Haaland. Nice work. Casemiro is 10th. Well done. Ronaldo is 2nd. Hey! I got one right. I think that'll be me done, to be honest. Clarky, did you put HT on YT key? I don't know what you mean. I am on YT, yes. Foden's not gone for any money. Isak is 11th. Isak? What's a Newcastle? Suarez is 8th. Caicedo, Messi. Trying to think of other players who we might have missed, to be honest. I'm trying to think more recently. Cucurella is 14th. Wesley Fofana. Wesley Fofana's an interesting one. Is Fofana in there? Yeah, Yaya Toure, Klinsmann. Martinez for United is 21st. Lisandro Martinez. Christ, we're going back a bit now. Gabriel Jesus. Sterling is 23rd. Yeah, do you know what? I was going to say Sterling as well. Sterling did go in a World Cup year. I remember that. Kepa. People have said Kepa. I think Kepa is in... I don't know if he was in a World Cup year, but I don't know if Welsh has replied to Kepa. But yeah, Kepa was in there. Or as a shout anyway. Kepa, Fofana... what else have we got? Sorry. Alisson. Yeah, could be Alisson. Mbappe. When did we sign Alisson? Alisson was he 2018? I think he might have been, actually. Maybe it is. Maybe Alisson is in there. Jesus is 24th. Jesus. Mbappe is first. Rafinha is 19th. Nice. Good shout. Well done. Kepa was 72 mil in 2018. If he's not in there, I dispute the quiz. Thomas Lemar, Tonali. Yep. My source says Kepa was 2018 winter. Kepa Arrizabalaga was signed. Let's see. When did he sign for Chelsea? August 2018. Yeah, made his Premier League debut 3 days later. He made his Premier League debut in August 2018. So yeah, Kepa is in there. Mahrez is 12th. So Kepa should be in there. Whoever's 25th needs to get pushed out now. Kepa should be in there. Alisson is 15th. Good shout. Well done. I don't know whoever said that. Mahrez 12th we've got, yeah. Naby Keita, Fred, Lamar is 9th. Thomas Lamar, good stuff. We're still missing 4th and 5th, aren't we? Scouser, Evening Key, Strange Times, Gakpo scoring penalties for the Netherlands. Yeah, like him. Mudryk, Coutinho, Fred is 18th. Like it. Nice. I like these. This is a very, very interesting quiz. I would never have said a lot of these. Mudryk. Xhaka to Liverpool. No, that can't be Xhaka because he's gone. He's gone in January. Coutinho was winter. Coutinho was January, that's for sure. Kelleher was only about 12 million quid. I'd be astonished if he's in the most expensive list of anything. Mudryk was winter. Top 25 most expensive transfers. Summer transfers in a Premier League, in a World Cup year. Sorry, not Premier League. Top 25 most expensive summer transfers in a World Cup year. That's the question. And so far we have Gabriel Jesus, 24th. 23rd, Raheem Sterling. Lisandro Martinez, Rafinha, Fred, Haaland, Alisson, Cucurella, Mahrez, Isak, Casemiro, Thomas Lemar, who very nearly came to Liverpool. Luis Suarez, James Rodriguez, Darwin Núñez, and then the top three that we've got guaranteed now is Antony, 3rd, Cristiano Ronaldo, 2nd, which I think is when he went from Madrid to Juventus, and Mbappe is 1st. Bale was 2013. Yeah, we've got James Rodriguez, Pulisic. Logan's Run, is there football on? There is indeed, mate. Yeah, France v Northern Ireland. All boxed up question, is it recency bias or is it on most expensive at that time within a World Cup year? No, it's most expensive summer transfer. I think in terms of monetary value. Obviously, you could go back and, allow for inflation and probably would be a lot higher. Hazard was 2019. Luiz went to PSG for 50 million, I think, in 2014. Ooh, David Luiz, another curveball there. Go on, let's check David Luiz. I don't know if he did go in 2014. He did. Was it a summer window? Was it a summer transfer? It was. 50 million quid, summer transfer, 2014. Di Maria, I think, is just outside top 25. Is he? It's a peculiar one. How much did Di Maria go for? I thought Di Maria would have gone for a lot. Quite a bit, actually. What side is it on? It's on BBC Three, mate. You can get it on BBC Three. Yeah, Angel Di Maria was 2014 and he was 75 million quid. So, I mean, that puts him immediately in the top. Might even be putting him 5th, Di Maria. Rio Ferdinand to United. When was that? Rio Ferdinand, Man United. Again, something tells me that one might have been 2002, possibly. It was a 2002 World Cup year, 30 million quid. Hey, and he was, well, he would have been outside. 30 million quid, Leeds to Man United. Yeah, he would have been outside the top 25. I would guess it would have inflated. With inflation, it would have been for sure. What are we missing? So far, we're missing 4, 5, 13, 17, 20, 22, and 25. But Kepa's got to be in there. David Luiz has got to be in there. Yeah, there's a fair few, actually. I don't know. I'm not sure. David Luiz and Kepa should be. Timbo, Rio, Ferdinand to United is apparently the most expensive ever with inflation. Wrong. Alan Shearer is the most expensive ever with inflation. 15 million or 16 million, I think it was, in 95. Blackburn to Newcastle, 95, 96, whenever it was he went. Gary, I really don't get the argument when we have foreign owners, foreign managers. Yes, I'd like to see an Englishman getting the job, but who? Doesn't matter, as long as he's English. Or she. I'll be honest, a female English manager I would prefer over any foreign manager. I just think I am very passionate that it should be our best against their best, and that is the whole premise of a World Cup. That's why we want to watch our team, our nation. It's silly if you then end up with players who aren't born in England, who are just playing for England because, I don't know, they play better. They play for a club in England and they can get, the more chance of a World Cup than playing for Ireland, like we saw with Declan Rice and Jack Grealish. I don't like that. And then you've got coaches from around the world. It doesn't make sense. Welshwing, I think my code is mixed up with Luiz and Kepa as Winters for whatever reason. So Kepa and Luiz for sure. Okay, well, we'll keep Kepa and Luiz in there. David Luiz should be in there. So we're missing 20, 17, 13, 5 and 4. Who else have we got? Haaland we've already got. Haaland was number 16. No, Welsh, we haven't. We've got 20, 17, 13, 5 and 4. All missing. And we're very close to the second half kicking off as well. Dangerously close to the second half kicking off. Yeah, Di Maria as well. I think Di Maria probably should be in there, to be honest. Di Maria, David Luiz, Kepa. So we're probably... We've got 4 left to get. Fofana was 4th, okay? So 5th, 13th and 17th. Key's letting his EDL views affect his football views. I guarantee you I don't hold those types of things. 5th was Chouameni. Wow. Yeah, I don't hold those types of views. However, I will say, when it comes to football, international football, I think it's very important that there is a sense of nationalism to it. Let's say that. I think there has to be a sense of it. Otherwise, it fails as a concept, doesn't it? It's a bit mad if you can just have just anyone and everyone. The whole premise is that it's our best against their best. Christian Romero could be Christian Romero. 20 was Richarlison. Okay, well, we'll throw Richarlison in there. Who else have we got? De Ligt. and Jorginho. Okay, there you go. Right, well, great work, everyone. The top 20, we ended up doing 26. Top 26. Top 26. Yeah, Anthony Gordon in a World Cup year. Anthony Gordon's got to be in there now. That's true. You'd probably put Anthony Gordon in there. That means at least one's dropping out. Anthony Gordon maybe goes in over Jesus. Yeah, so Jesus drops out. Anthony Gordon's going in there. So there you go. We've got Kepa, Gordon, Sterling, Luiz, Lisandro Martinez, Di Maria, Rafinha, Fred, Richarlison, Haaland, Alisson, Cucurella, De Ligt, Mahrez, Isaac, Casemiro, Lamar, Suarez, James Rodriguez, Nunes, Tchouaméni, Fofana, Anthony, Ronaldo, and Mbappe. Tough quiz that, but a very, very good one. Very good quiz. Like that. Cheers, Welsh. Thank you. Love the concept. Great stuff. Great stuff. And we're very close to the second half kicking off. Maxence Lacroix has entered the fray. Let's... and who else is coming on? Koundé's back on anyway, that's fine. Right, hang on a second. Second half about to get us underway. Okay, there you go. Can always count on Welsh Wing to make our heads hurt. Hey, do you know what? He always delivers though, doesn't he? Top man. City of North Philippen's always the answer. You aren't asking the right questions. And Shahid, are there any matches tomorrow, Key? There are matches tomorrow, but I won't be doing them. I won't be doing the matches tomorrow. So tomorrow we have... it's basically Women's World Cup qualifiers tomorrow. So you've got Slovenia v Germany women, Israel women v Scotland women, Northern Ireland women v Switzerland women, Wales women v Czech Republic women, and Ukraine face England women in the FIFA Women's World Cup 2027 qualifier. The only other game that's on is Almeria versus Castellón in the La Liga 2 semi-final second leg to see who makes it through to the final. Malaga beating Las Palmas the other day. Gusto for Koundé, Key. Oh, was it really? I didn't see. Gusto's come on for Koundé. Saliba's gone off for Lacroix. They are the only two changes. So let me update that in the stream. Gusto for Koundé. Where is Gusto? Where is he? Malo Gusto. There he is. And Saliba's gone off for Maxence Lacroix. Proper centre-back. Remember to start the clock. I have done, yeah. Clock started. The clock is underway. Key hating women again, shock. Don't start. Christ, you've got me penned as a women hating EDL. Get Mrs. Key on the live stream tomorrow then. Good grief. Being I absolutely am not, Shell. You know that's not me at all. Would never. Can never, would never. I can't be sexist. I've got a mum. I've got a wife. I've got a little girl. I love them all to bits. I can't be sexist. It's impossible. He just respects women too much to have the likes of us watching them play. Because I'm a bloody bloke. Stop, right. Listen, I don't mind. I will happily watch. I tell you what, do you know what? I'll call you bluff. I would happily watch England women v Ukraine women. Chance for Paul's France. Oh, what are you doing? Edge of the box. Must be. There you go. 2-0. 2-0. And it's Elise again. Excellent finish, edge of the box. This one was a much better goal, and it's 2-0 to France. It's been coming. They've started the second half strong. Deschamps has sent them out with a real fire in the belly, and he smashed it bottom corner. Excellent stuff. Yes, Rasta. How's it going? Great ball. Goalkeeper didn't do brilliantly there. Just kind of palmed it away. It comes out to OLISE. It falls nicely for him there. And on the left foot, half volley, OLISE rattles it into the bottom corner. Really, really good finish that. And it's 2-0 France. Trey Hume couldn't quite get it away. And he just rattles it in. No chance at all for the goalkeeper there. You're not saving that one. Excellent goal, OLISE. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Oh, Christ, here she is. I'm all for equality, but I don't know anything about football, regardless of who is playing. Good grief. I didn't know you was watching. I'm sat here thinking, at least, look at it, they're claiming I'm sexist here, love. It's bang out of order. You'd all be bored watching me attempt this. I mean, to be honest, I don't know how thrilled they are watching me attempt it. To be fair, I think we're giving me far too much credit here. Think twice if you were forced to watch this qualifier. Welsh Timbo, how can he hate chow mein or sweet and sour chicken? Who, me? Hates the Chinese. I don't hate the Chinese. I just don't love Chinese food. Yeah, don't love the Chinese food. I'm always watching. Jesus, tonight. Timbo, I don't know, mate. Ask Key. Listen, chow mein I've never had, in fairness. Sweet and sour chicken, I can live with. I can live with sweet and sour chicken is like going to an Indian, isn't it, and ordering a korma. I feel like that's like the cheat option. It's not a proper Chinese meal, that. Can you do the live stream tomorrow? See, that's sexist. That's sexist. No, do you know what? No, I'm gonna throw it back to you guys now. You're calling me sexist for not watching the England women tomorrow. Why is it only the wife? Why's she gotta watch the England women for you? Why can't the men do it? Absolute jokers, you lot. I'm telling you. Shocking. Beef chow mein. How can you not like Chinese food? I just don't. I mean, look at the kip of me. I'm not a guy who doesn't like food, am I? I do quite enjoy food. I just don't like Chinese food. It's not nice. Hoisin duck pancakes, Key. Bit dry, I found. Yeah, bit dry. It's all right. She's got to watch it because your sexist ass refuses. You wouldn't watch it anyway. You're not going to watch it. I've got very few days off between now and the World. Once the World Cup starts, you're going to be fed up of me anyway. So once the World Cup starts, I'm live every single day. So from June the 11th through to June the 19th World Cup final, I think there's maybe a couple of days off in the middle where there's no games in the knockout stages. But really, I'm live 2-3 times a day. And it's going to break me. I'm just going to be frazzled here on the stream. The Arsenal, how long does Arsenal derangement syndrome last? Keep us updated on that, bud. I'm not sure what you mean by that. I'd be delighted if you could elaborate. Key question, did you miss a bit shaving? I didn't, mate. No, I've not even had a shave today. Maybe I need to. Chop suey in a battered spring roll. Key hates Vindaloo. I do not hate Vindaloo. Love the song and love the curry. There's not much better than a salt and pepper box from the Chinese. I miss it. My missus likes that as well. Any Aluko might have a go if you do it, Key. She could have done it instead. Sexist. Shocking. Your voice is going to be so gone by the end of this World Cup. It'll be fine. It'll be okay. I'll get it done. Long ball over to the right-hand side. Excellent defending, Northern Ireland. And it's back to Charles, the goalkeeper. You ever had a spice bag in Ireland? Are we talking about, I don't even know if, I think I'm thinking of something completely different. A spice bag. What's a spice bag? It sounds like something completely different than what you're suggesting it is. I don't know if I want that kind of a spice bag, to be honest. Over to the right-hand side. Spencer into Shea Charles. Definitely one that quite a few teams in the Premier League will be watching. Joe, how many people do you think will watch your 3 a.m. lives? I don't know, mate. I think on Premier League Dad we would have done really well. We probably would have broke maybe 100,000 on most of those World Cup games. But because it's such a new channel, YouTube's quite hesitant in terms of how it pushes out. So I don't know. Honestly, it might be a bit of time. It might be like this. It might be like a few thousand to start with, and then it'll just gradually increase throughout the World Cup. But we'll see. We'll see. Adam says spice bag is basically salt and pepper chicken and chips in a bag. That does actually sound quite nice. Ireland with a strike. Shea Charles, did it take a deflection? No, it's going to be a goal kick. What channel's the match on? It's on BBC 3. Get your mind out the gutter, Keith. Spicy chicken and chips in a bag. That's not mind in a gutter. I think that was a perfectly reasonable question. Key, did you know that vindaloo is a Portuguese Indian dish from Goa? I wasn't aware of that, Madhouse. Thank you I appreciate the education. 3-star, I'm not sexist. I wash the pots every day when we have a takeaway on paper plates. The only day I don't, my mum washes the pots on a Sunday. Good lad. Look after your old girl. You got to. No such thing as sexism. Not with me, anyway. Gotta look after your mum. Clark eats Northern Ireland, Key. Sorry, did I say Ireland? I apologise. Great ball. Chance. Oh, Dembele. Was it Dembele or was it Elise again? No, it was Mbappe. Mbappe over the bar. Really poor, that. Good, well-worked move. Excellent from France. It's the first bit of... I think he was possibly just onside. Mbappe leaning back. Great pull back there. Yeah, great play from Doué. Pulls it back and Mbappe skies it. Not brilliant. Take it easy, all boxed up. Have a good one, mate. See you soon. Leon, how's it going? Timbo, the spice bag is an iconic Irish Chinese fast food dish consisting of deep fried salt and chili chips, crispy shredded chicken, sliced red and green peppers, chili peppers and fried onions. Sounds nice. What was that, Mbappe? Mbappe is drunk. Wasn't good, was it? Mbappe skying it. And over it goes. Golden Graph Boy says, hate to say it, but France might go all the way. Their squad is unbelievable. It's good. But I don't know. I've still got question marks with France. I think first half tonight, they were quite lucky to go in 1-0 up. They were really poor against the Ivory Coast the other day. Ivory Coast deserved to win that one. I know they're only friendlies. I know they're only warm-ups. They're as much about fitness as anything else. But believe me when I say that the French back pages, L'Equipe, and, the various French football newspapers and French football journalists, they were not kind to Les Bleus. They were not kind to him at all after the Ivory Coast game. And there was shouts of Deschamps needs to do better. The team need to do better. This was a big game for France tonight. They needed to win and win convincingly. And to be fair, they're 2-0 up. There's another half an hour to go. And they are pushing for more. Sean Patino been poor here. Mbappe tonight couldn't finish a sentence at this rate. No one likes you. I agree, mate. I agree. So that's basically my quest here, is to try and get people to like me. It's desperately what this is about, really. Best curry, Katsu for me. Rogan Josh. I like a nice Rogan Josh. Madhouse, I like Kashmiri curry with banana. Oh, you're not one of them, are you? People who have mad stuff in curries. Bananas and fish. Fish curry's minging. Fish curry is vile. And egg as well. People who have egg in the curries. Come on. Grow up. Love a lamb rogan josh with coriander naan. Love that. Right, is that Luca Dean coming on? I think it is. Barcola and Luca Dean coming on for France, or about to come on. France giving us a taster of what's to come. And Sean Patino, how have the Arsenal fans been with you since they won the league? Fine. Yeah, they come in every day still and say, why don't you love Arsenal? Why do you hate Arsenal, bro? The same guff that they've given me all season, to be honest. But, you know, it's good. It's good because we've got to the end of the season and they've kind of... They've died away a little bit. I'm sure they'll be back at the start of the season. Gav, who would I back to win the Prem next season? Probably... Who would I back to win the Prem next season? That's a good question. Let's ask the group. Let's ask everyone in the chat. I'll pin the comments. If people can have a look at Gav's comments and reply accordingly. Who would you back to win the Premier League next season? Early shout, isn't it? Do you know what? For me, I'd go for a bit of an outsider. Because I think Arsenal is the obvious choice. I think City will have a drop-off. I think Liverpool won't really be up there, to be honest. I would be tempted to back Chelsea. I really do. I don't know why. I would back Chelsea. I'm not just saying that because you're a Chelsea fan, Gav. I probably would back Chelsea because I think you can't underappreciate just how important, one, the new manager bounce is. I think Chelsea have a better squad than we've seen. I think they'll spend more money again. And they don't have European football. That is a big thing. United got third this season based on not having European football. And I think with a more cohesive squad, Chelsea have got a better squad than United. I think they could feasibly go further. So yeah, I honestly would. I honestly would throw 50 quid on Chelsea. But I mean, I'm not going to do it. But if you were giving me the funds to back it, then maybe. Colton Graff boy, I'm an Arsenal fan. He's all right, actually. A bit annoying, but he's harmless. I'm not annoying. I'm quite clear. I just don't like the way you play. That's all it is. I'm buzzing with the Alonso appointment, key mate, to be honest. Yeah, he's. I think he fits Chelsea better than he does anyone else. I didn't want him at Liverpool. Gary, Italy won the 1934 World Cup. With 7 players not born in Italy, coming from Brazil, Argentina, France and Hungary. Do we see a day when a World Cup is won from players playing and representing a league? Not sure what you mean by that. Hot take, Germany wins the World Cup. Could do, yeah. Again, Germany, wouldn't be surprised if Germany won it. France, Spain, Portugal, England, maybe. I don't see England winning it personally, but chance France must be. Oh, better, good defending. And I think, they've won it back. Rabiot, chance here, over the bar. Got to finish that. Maxence Lacroix, of all people, in the penalty area. That would have been his first France goal as well, wouldn't it? I think his first goal for France could have been. Yeah, he's never scored for France. He's only played 4 games for the national team, and he had a huge moment there. Left-footed on the penalty spot. Should have got that on target. Poor, really. Yes, Egbert. How's it going? Shelley, you feeling tired, Key? Little bit. Only a little bit. I'm okay. We need a few signings to make that happen. A top centre-back and a left-winger who isn't Gittins or Garnacho. You will get them, though, won't you? Becky loves pineapple pizza. Absolutely not. Same with tuna. My father-in-law loves tuna on a pizza. I think he gets tuna and pepperoni, and I'm like, ugh. Minging. Coventry to win the Prem. Oh, this is great play. Shea Charles, big chance. Northern Ireland must be. There you go. It's 2-1. It's 2-1. Excellent play down the left-hand side. And it's Patrick Kelly. It's the one who's buzzed around up front all game. The young man from Barnsley has just stuck it away. It's 2-1. Northern Ireland back in this. Go on, Northern Ireland. Michael O'Neill loving that. Exceptional goal. Really, really good stuff. I don't think Arsenal will win it again next season, to be honest, Key, but I would have put mine on Liverpool. No, mate, we're not winning the league next year. Yes, Will, how's it going? Sean, he's been linked to us. Key, Max Sense-Leclerc, an Arte replacement potentially. I think that'd be good. Yeah, I quite like him. Good finish. Joe, are you going to be living off Red Bull and coffee? I don't drink either. No, don't drink either. I'm just going to have to be running off pure vibes throughout the World Cup. McCann for Galbraith. Cherky's come on as well, by the way. Yeah, Ethan Galbraith has come on for Ali McCann. Cherky came on for Dembele. Dina came on for Theo Hernandez. Barcola for Doué. And Maxence Leclerc came on at half-time with Gusto for Saliba and Koundé. Pete, he means the best players representing the league they play in. League 1 v Prem, I think. What, like a League 1 11 at the World Cup? No, that's not going to happen. Why is pineapple where everyone draws the line, though? Because it just doesn't belong, does it? Just doesn't belong on a pizza. Pineapple on a pizza, fish on a pizza, egg on a pizza. Should not happen. Should never happen. How do you think Enzo will do as manager of City? I mean, there's still why? I don't understand quite why there's negotiations going on, really. I know that Chelsea have put him on gardening leave. He's still effectively employed by Chelsea, isn't he? So City need to relieve him of that contract. I don't know. I'm not... Maybe that's just Chelsea being a bit difficult. Pineapple, when cooked, is very subtle sweetness, pairs well with salty toppings like bacon. See, I don't love bacon. Again, not a lover of bacon. Anchovy on a pizza is traditional, though. Plenty of time for an equaliser, that's it. There's still loads of time, 66 minutes on the clock. Northern Ireland could spring a shock here. A draw, and there would be huge, huge question marks for Didier Deschamps going to the World Cup. This is their final warm-up game before they fly to the US. Is the Diamond deal more on because of the Gakpo situation? What is the Gakpo situation? I wasn't aware there was a Gakpo situation. Key, would you stream for World Cup matches at 3 a.m? It will be hard. No, I'm there, mate. I am absolutely there. I'm hoping to do the South Korea versus Czech Republic game at 3 a.m. on Friday morning. So, yes, I will be there for that one. Vuyo, hello, Key. Just joined in. How's the game been and who scored? 2 Michael Olise goals and a goal for Patrick Kelly, the young Barnsley number 10, who's playing just off Jamie Donnelly for Northern Ireland today. Northern Ireland have probably deserved to be level. If I'm dead honest, they had a goal ruled out unfairly. Should really be 2-2. Should be 2-2. Apparently, Key Slots turned down the Fulham job. Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. I think Fulham he's too good for that. He's too good for that job. He's a top manager. Big Will, as in if we sell him to Leipzig, Diamande comes, it'll help fund his price. I've not. That's the first time I've heard Gakpo to Leipzig. Should be 2-2, says James Willett. Absolutely agree. France had a goal ruled out as well. I know, but he was definitely offside, wasn't he? He was 1,000,000% offside when France scored that. However, Northern Ireland had a goal ruled out, and there was absolutely nothing wrong with it. It wasn't a shove in the back at all. It was a header back across the face of goal and a tap in at the back stick. Should have been 1-1 in the first half. Instead, they went into the second half There you go. 2-0 down, and then they've just got back into it. We've got a water break here now. There could still be a big chance here for Northern Ireland to get back in it. Leo loves seeing my wee country scoring a goal against the World Cup favourites. World Cup number 1. Don't sleep on it. France world rankings number 1. Northern Ireland are 70th in the world rankings. Hey, Mr. Arsenal podcast. How's it going, mate? Lovely to see you. Timbo, Key, would you rather Arsenal win the league again or eat Hawaiian pizzas exclusively for a year? I don't love Hawaiian pizzas, but, I actually quite like pineapple. I just think the idea of them on pizzas is a bit minging. But yeah, I'd do it. Of course, why not? Will Key, who's your dark horse for the World Cup? I'm going rogue and saying Curaçao. A mate of mine got Iran and Uzbekistan in the World Cup sweepstake earlier today at work. So he's not best pleased. I am going to go for dark horse. I'm going to go Netherlands. I think Netherlands would be an outsider. I think people would be shocked if the Netherlands won the World Cup. They've never won it before. Been to a lot of finals. But I'm going to go Netherlands. Aaron O'Neill, Northern Ireland doing well. They are. I think even if they lose this game, you could say they've held their own, haven't they? They've certainly not looked overawed by the best team in the world or the best international team in the world. They've definitely been quite comfortable for large parts of the game. They should have had a second goal themselves, which means it should be 2-2. Realistically, we should be talking 2-2 here. Liam, how's it going? Good to see you, Liam. Timbo, my boring dark horse is Norway. And make Slytherin great again. Dutch down to 10. Still a very good side, though. Mr. Turnables, Morocco with the counter-attacking game. Morocco, Senegal, yeah, wouldn't think about either of those necessarily not winning it. Maybe we do get our first ever African winner this year. Is Mane still in the Senegal squad, Key? He is, yes. He is. Scored a very good couple of goals against the US the other day. Excellent play, really good play. Remember when Pizza Hut announced a pizza with burgers in the crust of each slice? Some things just don't make sense, do they? Japan each way. Yeah, get on the Japanese. The thing with Japan is I just think they have a certain style of pressing, and I'm not sure how easy that will be. They're very, very intense in how Japan play, and I think the football might need to take a bit of a hit because of the heat. The heat is definitely going to have an impact on the football that we see at this World Cup, for sure. The best games are going to be in the more moderate climates. You're not going to see great games. But I'd be surprised if we see a really, really good game at the Azteca on Thursday. Shea, West Ham are looking for 85 million for Mateus Fernandes. Wouldn't pay any more than 60. What do you think he's worth? Apparently Real Madrid are interested in him, aren't they? Mourinho, obviously there's a Portuguese connection there. He is a very talented boy, but they paid 40, was it 45 they paid for him from Southampton? So I know they've been relegated, but his value has gone up. So yeah, you're not getting him for 60. I know West Ham need to sell, but you're not getting him for 60. Great ball. France must be over the bar. Kylian Mbappe. How many times, lad? How many times? Am I the only one who thinks Mbappe's overrated and riding on PR? I mean, he's definitely not overrated. He's he's certainly a very good centre-forward, and he's certainly up there as one of the best. But he never seems to produce it, I feel, in France. Who wins the World Cup of Cuisines? The World Cup of Cuisines. I mean, I really like... Probably... Did you know what? The funny thing is, the World Cup of Cuisines probably would be teams who aren't at the World Cup. Like, Greece. I love Greek food. Italian food. Chance. Oh, what a goal that is! 3-1. Michael Olise completes his hat-trick and probably cements himself therein as maybe the best player in the world. We might well be seeing the best player in the world on the pitch today. 3 goals from Michael Olise. 2 of them, well, one of them was a tap-in. Another one was progressively further out. But the third one, oh my goodness me, cuts inside. And just, this is Mo Salah at his absolute peak. Oh, left-footed, off the far post. Absolutely wonderful finish, Michael Olise. No keeper in the world saving that. Absolutely incredible stuff. What a goal. Yeah, Shea, was Olise's goals any good? I mean, that third one is astonishingly good. Timbo Mbappe is underrated. If anything, he falls into the Neymar category if people don't like him, so don't give him the credit he deserves. Mbappe is not, mate. Come on. Neymar is... Mbappe, for me, is actually a good player. Neymar, for me, was never a top player. Ever. Olise is worth 200 million. Vuyo, Key, where do you think Arne Slot will end up? I think he probably does what a lot of managers do, and they realise, managers, that the longer they are out of the game, the stock rises. So Arne Slot is a Premier League winning manager that a lot of people outside of Liverpool think deserved another year, right? A lot of people outside of Liverpool, when you talk to people in football about Arne Slot, a lot of people... Unless it's the few Liverpool fans, but I think the vast majority of people think he deserved more time with us. And I do as well. I think he was hard done by. He's a Premier League title-winning manager, and for that reason, the longer he is out of a job, he knows that in another 18 months, that Chelsea job comes up. Chances are Enzo Maresca maybe doesn't settle immediately at City. I think there'll be jobs for him at Barcelona. And we know that Barcelona have had their great Dutch managers over the years. Frank Rijkaard, Johan Cruyff, Retschak. They've had a lot of great Dutch, Matt Koeman as well, of course. A lot of great managers who have, Dutch imprint on Barcelona. So I think he could go and manage a top side, and I think the longer he's out of work, the more in demand he will come. To think a year ago, I was glad we missed out on Olise because we got Palmer. Cole Palmer's very good as well. But that was incredible. That was a really, really top finish. Mbappe is the best player that I'd never want anywhere near my club. Neymar was never a top player. It's utter madness. It's not utter madness. Neymar, for me, was never in the top 5-10 players in the world. Maybe at his absolute peak at Barcelona when it was Suarez, Messi, Neymar. But to a degree, I think you could have put me in that attack. You could have put me in that attack with Messi and Suarez and I'd have scored a fair few. He was always a good player, but he was never world-class and brilliant and one of the very, very best. Not for me, anyway. I think Neymar is one of them who you really appreciated if he... Because he did flick-flacks and all that stuff. Do we think Palmer returns to form after surgery? Well, I think so. I think there's a player in there we call Palmer. Jellyfish, you have to make a decision and you keep Slot. It got worse or it gets better, but the way it looked, Slot was getting worse by each match. Do you keep him and gamble and hope he gets better, or do you make the change? Well, I think you're saying hope he gets better. I think, Jelly, you've done what Liverpool fans, a lot of Liverpool fans have concluded there and said that Slot was the issue. I don't agree. I don't agree that Arne Slot was the issue with Liverpool. And I think the evidence in that will be this summer when you'll see Liverpool move 6-7 players on. Egbert says, what? Have you watched Neymar play? He's Brazil's all-time top scorer. Yeah, but he's not Brazil's all-time top player, is he? So, that's a null and void point. You're arguing that he's their top scorer, therefore he is their best player. He's nowhere near. I could name you 20 better Brazilian attackers than Neymar. There's loads of great attackers over the years for Brazil. Neymar, for me, wasn't one of the best 10 Brazilian players. He wasn't. Yeah, he wasn't. How are France first in the world? They're not European or world champions. And Mr. Turnbull says, not a Liverpool fan, but the signings Slot made were directionless. The thing is, mate, Slot didn't make those signings. I agree with you. They were directionless. They were opportunistic signings, let's say. They were signings made by Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards, who are our directors of football and head of sporting whatever nonsense. But they are not Arne Slot signings. And that's a big problem. Clips Market says Man United want to sign Christian Romero. Big chance, far post. Oh, nearly 4-1 to France. Excellent play. Joe, can you name all the Liverpool players going to the World Cup? I can't, mate, no. Rivaldo, Ronaldinho, Ronaldo, Romario. There's loads of them. Yeah, loads. Egbert, Jelly, are you mad? Romario over Neymar? Egbert, I can only assume, Egbert, I don't know how old you are, but I absolutely guarantee you're not old enough to appreciate Romario. By saying what you've just said there is, I don't know anyone who is 35 or older who remembers Romario. I don't know anyone who would rate Neymar over Romario. Nobody. Mate, Romario for me was better than Ronaldo. Romario was incredible. Absolutely incredible. As a United fan, I do not want Romero coming to United. Christian Romero to United. Timbo, whether you think Neymar was better than Ronaldinho or whatever is neither here nor there. Saying he wasn't a top player when he's got 710 career goals and assists is just stupid. Well, it's not though, because he spent most of his career at PSG and he's now spending it in bloody Brazil. And he also spent it playing for probably one of the best sides of all time. With maybe the best player of all time. And maybe the best centre-forward of all time. And like I said, if you put a moderately good player, a moderately good attacker, alongside Suarez and Messi, my guess is that player would do numbers. Right? I think let's think of a decent attacker who would be comparable to Neymar in the Premier League right now, that if you put alongside peak Suarez and peak Messi, they would get decent numbers. Saka. I think if you put Bukayo Saka into that Barca side, he does Neymar numbers. Michael Elise is going off. Tchouaméni's going off. Mr. Turnbull says, facts, actually, Romario was a complete striker. I'm 37. I saw the later part of his career. Well, I'm 36, mate, and I couldn't tell you how good. I rated him so highly. I remember watching, I started watching football kind of 94. I don't remember it so intensely, but I remember watching him at the 94 World Cup. I remember Barcelona playing Man United. Look at the goal he scored at the Nou Camp against Man United. He was incredible. Absolutely incredible. Timbo, he's got a goal or assist per game for every team he played. It's not like he's weighted towards his Santos games. Saka. Neymar really is the world's most disrespected footballer. No, he's not. Mate, I'm telling you. Saka. Pato 2.0. Love that. Make Slithering great again. Yes, there is an element of that. If you put Saka into that Barca squad, they would 1,000,000%. He'd 1,000,000% get Neymar numbers. Guaranteed. In fact, I could go one step further. I was nearly going to say Cody Gakpo then, but I won't say Cody Gakpo. Mo Salah. Mo Salah is miles better than Neymar. He would do comfortably more than Neymar in that Barca squad. Sadio Mane, comfortably more. These are better players than Neymar. Sadio Mane, Salah, better than Neymar. Bale, better than Neymar. Saka, comparable. Saka's comparable. Vinny is the closest, to be honest. I mean, I think Vinny is another Neymar, I'll be honest. I mean, I actually think Vinny's probably better than Neymar. Oh, in the area, this is better. But they're comparable. They're certainly comparable. Rio in the future will be better than Neymar, says Finners Matty. That's a decent shout. It's hard to rate Neymar, not going to lie. Chance for France, just wide. That's better. Juan Pasia says, what's the score? The score is France 3, Northern Ireland 1. I don't even know, says the Italy Euro final produced one of my favourite commentary lines. Pickford says he's up for the task. Mr. 100% from the penalty spot, but Pickford is down to stop him. England are still alive. Would you say Matheus Cunha is better than Neymar? No. No, not at all. Egbert says Foden's better than Neymar. No, he's not. No, that's not quite the same. It's not quite the same. Foden's like a number 10 anyway. He's not in the same realm as Neymar. I tell you what though, Mahrez is better than Neymar. If you gave me peak Mahrez or peak Neymar, I can have a choice of either one. I'm picking peak Mahrez every day of the week. Every day of the week and twice on Sunday. Mr. Turnbull says Belgium might reach the semis. OLISE has to be in the top 5 in Ballon d'Or. I think he will be, you know. I do think he will be. Trossard and Madueke are better than Neymar. I mean, again, I wouldn't go that far. I'm nobody's sitting here and saying that Neymar is an absolutely awful player. And I'm also not saying that he's an average player. I just don't think he deserves the acclaim that he gets. I think we'll look back on him as a very, very good player in a brilliant team. And that's all I look at him as. He was never incredible. I don't think that Barcelona would have been substantially worse off if we'd have replaced Neymar with, like I said, Bukayo Saka. Current Bukayo Saka in that Barca side, I think, does similar Neymar numbers. Yes, Hristo Stoichkov was very good as well. Near post, it's going to be a Northern Ireland corner. What about Marcus Rashford, Key? No, Marcus Rashford is not better than Neymar. No. Who's better, KDB or Bergkamp? It's a debate that makes no sense and has one answer for it. Again, I think at their absolute prime, I personally would have picked Kevin De Bruyne. I really, really do like Bergkamp though. Bergkamp was incredible, but I would have Kevin De Bruyne. Mr. Turnbull says, I stopped caring about the Ballon d'Or since the Modric year. I just don't care anymore who wins it. That's it, yeah. I mean, I would say the same since... I've probably felt like that since Nedved. And Michael Owen, to a degree. Michael Owen didn't deserve to win the Ballon d'Or in 2001. Nedved didn't deserve to win it the year Henry should have won it. Yeah, even Shevchenko. I don't think necessarily Shevchenko deserved to win it either. Over the bar, decent chance there. And Mbappe again is really flattered to deceive the captain of France. He's missed a couple of big chances here. Neymar doesn't get a claim. You're all evidence of this. Completely disrespected because of his showmanship that rubs people up the wrong way and the fact he's a bit of a dick. Hugo, he was a Ballon d'Or nominee at 19 in the Brazilian League, FFS. I know, but again, so what? What's that got to do with anything? A Ballon d'Or nominee. I don't think that makes any difference at all. We've seen Ballon d'Or winners not be... Like, Nedved was a really good player. Was he better than Thierry Henry? No, he wasn't. Michael Owen, very, very good centre-forward. He was never the best player in the world. I don't care what anyone says. Michael Owen never got 20 goals. And I'm a Liverpool fan. He never got 20 goals in a season. Look at the list of players who got 20 goals in a season. It's very long. Jimmy Floyd, Hasselbank, Michael Bridges. There's a lot of players who've got 20 goals in a Premier League season. Michael Owen's not one of them. Strike! Oh, unlucky. That was better. Good football again there from Barcola. Darwin Núñez or Messi, prime for prime. Yamal is all... See, yes, do you know what? I would agree with that. I think if you swapped me prime Yamal for prime Neymar, I'd prime Yamal every day of the week. I think Yamal is better than him. Neymar has talent, but he never learnt the skill of understanding the language of emotion in a team like Pele did. He read the beautiful game better than any. Gav Bergkamp was absolutely brilliant in my opinion. He was better than KDB. I think both were fantastic, weren't they, at the end of the day? I think it's a tough call. But there was a lot more, I would say maybe there was more wow moments with Bergkamp, but I feel like De Bruyne produced it a lot more consistently. What about Eden Hazard, Key? Yeah, maybe Hazard at his peak, I think, is probably similar to Neymar. Again, I think Hazard's maybe slightly overrated by quite a lot. Again, very talented boy, but I think he's in the Neymar bracket for me. Very, very good player. Overrated. Couple of very, very good seasons, but broadly overrated. Steve, the most goals Owen has scored is 19 for Liverpool. Just Googled it, yeah. Robbie Fowler got 20 plus goals in a season. He did, yeah. Robbie Fowler was scoring. Robbie Fowler still is to this day. I'll die on this hill. Robbie Fowler is still to this day the only player in Premier League history to win Young Player of the Year, Premier League Young Player of the Year, back to back. He was the best youngster we've ever seen in Premier League history. Absolutely incredible. 17, 18, 19, 20, and he was scoring 30 plus goals every season from being 17, 18 years of age. Unbelievable. And then he did his knee, and he was never the same again. Hugo, his career gets overshadowed by his off-field lifestyle. And Shell says, is the next game Wednesday, Key? England. Yes, the next game is Wednesday. England against Costa Rica. Here's Mbappe in the area. Ball goes back to Barcola. Northern Ireland defend it well. Key's hazard agenda is just as big as his Neymar agenda. Key's a sauceless man who hates dribblers. I don't hate dribblers. Oh, it's a great run. What a dribble that is. Cherky should finish it. France over to the far side. Barcola. Digne. It's going to go for a corner, is it? No. Digne, can he get it back in? Headed away. France, get it back. Excellent football. Strike. And Northern Ireland clear it away. What do you think about the rumours of Darwin back on a free kick? Wouldn't say no, personally. I think as a free option, sort of cover for left and right, and sort of a third choice for Isak and Ekitike while Ekitiki's coming back. I think that makes sense. Right, we've only got a few seconds left here, and I think the referee's going to blow up in just a moment. France 3, Northern Ireland 1, in the area, big chance here. Got to hit it. Luca Dean. Strike over the bar. And I think that's going to be that. There you go. Full time. Didier Deschamps. I'll be happy with that. He gets the win to get the monkeys off his back. The pressure that has piled on him after that Ivory Coast defeat. And now France go to the World Cup with a little bit more. They can be a little bit more buoyant. They go in as favourites. They are world ranked number 1. Everyone's expecting France to go there and at least make the final. Based off your poll, we did a poll in the game earlier. How far will this France team go in the World Cup? 17% of you said they will get knocked out in the round of 32, round of 16. 35% said they'll get knocked out in the quarters or before. 64% of you think they will reach the semi-finals or be knocked out earlier. And just 36% of you think that they will be either the runner-up or the winner. So just over a third think they will win or finish second from our poll tonight. But there you go. A very, very good performance for Northern Ireland. They will be focusing very much on the Euros, Euro 2028, where Northern Ireland are one of the hosts. They're going to be one of the host nations, and they will be at Euro 2028 alongside Wales, Scotland, England, and probably the Republic of Ireland as well. I don't know if Republic of Ireland are included in the host nations package. But there you go. They'll be the winners this year. France's Anfield Vortex. They're absolutely incredible. They've got a great squad, but I do think there's a little bit of a concern with how they're turning up to these big games. Right. Good night, everyone. Lots of love. Really appreciate you all. Thank you so much. Leave a like on the way out if you haven't already. Thank you so much. Please do. Leave a like on the way out. And I will catch you on Wednesday for England v Costa Rica. To see whether or not England can improve on that lacklustre New Zealand performance. But it was a great game tonight. France 3, Northern Ireland 1. Enjoyable game. Some really good goals. Elise hat-trick wins the day for France. Take it easy, everyone. Have a lovely day. See you all tomorrow. Take it easy. Or see you Wednesday. Sorry. See you Wednesday. Ta-da.